Hey everybody, welcome to Hit Rewind. I'm Michael and Jacob's on the other side.
Hey there, everybody. Are you enjoying this summer weather so far? I'm not.
Well, it's much hotter there. It's not, insane there. I don't understand. It's like being on the edge of the sun. Here right now I think it's about 64 and it's pouring right now. So, we get a lot of
Yeah.
rain.
Oh, well, that's good. I mean, hey, I honestly, now that I think of it, at least I'm not in either Death Valley, Coachella, or Palm Springs 'cause it's a lot hotter out
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. All right, so we're still discussing our films of 2001, and this is the first time I have ever, in the 13 or 14 years that we've done this show now, let Jacob choose the five movies. I never have. I feel like such an asshole. I mean,
No, it's all good, man. Hey, you
we,
honestly,
yeah,
you did pick up the list, of like movies to watch during those certain years, and I'm like, okay, I'd like to at least discuss these because there's some I'd love to revisit, and there's some I haven't seen before. Uh, the one I will bring up, I'm glad I missed out on. I'm not a fan, that big of a fan of it. But oh god, I mean, hey man, as long as we got as long as we get a good list of movies to pick from, hey, it's all
yeah.
good with me, man.
Well, it's just so. I mean, now don't want the listeners to think I'm a complete asshole. Usually, I toss ideas around with you, but like I usually have kind of a curated list before I throw it at you for you. Your say. This is the first time I was like, fuck it, here's the whole list.
Right?
um,
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a mixed bag because there was a couple of these I was iffy on, and just because of memories of it. Of course, we've changed. It's been 25 fucking years since these movies came out. Maybe we change as people, or our perspective on a film has changed. Uh, I believe I've seen all of these before. Pretty sure. What is the first one we're starting off with?
I really just want to get this one out of the way. And it's like now I see why Trey Parker wrote that song in Team America. Pearl Harbor. Oh man.
I really hated this when it came out. I was disgusted by Michael Bay's show off special effects. I thought the love story sucked ass, and that it was just a cheap cash in to try to replicate the Titanic success. Guess what? I was still right on most of that.
No, for real. I'm watching this. I'm just like, what the fuck is this movie even about? Damn.
Well, it's the curse of any disaster film. Look, it's a war movie, and they've done the story of Pearl Harbor a few times before this. There's a movie with Charlton Heston called Midway, which is only mid.
Mm.
There was a mini series on ABC with Dennis Weaver called Pearl, which was a 4 hour, 2 night special, which is good, but it's so low budget, it's hard to get the I don't want to say spectacle, good lord, the enormity of the war, I guess, the battle. It's hard to capture that.
How expansive it was. Yes,
Yeah.
especially like on that particular front, on
Well,
the naval front.
and the other thing is, a lot of war movies, it seemed back in the day, they were always using either real war footage or footage from other war movies, and a lot of times you could clearly tell, oh, that's footage from the fucking 40s, and you colorized it. What are you doing? And then shooting back to that in 1970s. This one wants to do everything, right then and there with digital effects and other things to replicate as much as possible. The only thing is that Michael Bay is still to this day seems to be interested in the gee whiz bang of it all. Following a fucking bomb out of the air, point of view kind of thing, right into a ship and watching it explode. That is not something like you got to handle that kind of shit with subtle care. And he did do it years later. That the 13 Hours movie, John Krasinski does it with a lot more care. He's apparently going to be doing a movie on the rescue mission in Iran, and I don't even know how the fuck you could do that because all the facts aren't out, and we really don't even know what happened because our government's lying to us all the time. It seems more jingoistic Republican horseshit from Michael Bay. So
It sounds like a propagandist piece of shit
yeah,
already.
him and Brett Ratner lining up, fucking horse.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah. Ben Affleck's performance.
Oh God,
I
why
mean,
give him the accent? God damn it, why give him the fucking accent? He would have pulled off so much more if he didn't have to do that.
No, absolutely. I mean, no disrespect to Ben Affleck. I mean, he is a good actor. He's definitely proven himself, especially in later years, just like how his craft.
Yeah, well, the first
But
decade of his career is I'm trying to be a star. How the fuck do I navigate that? Whereas once it all fell apart for him, he goes, now how can I actually be an actor? How can I be a director, not a star? And he struggles with it at times, though, where I think he takes some roles, like the Batman thing. I just don't understand why. I mean, yes, it was a huge paycheck, but what? Why?
mm, I honestly could see him doing Dark Knight Returns. But again, you also have to, as far as Batman stuff, you got to blame Zack Snyder and Warner Brothers for that
Yeah,
shit too.
yeah, yeah.
But man, but behind the scenes, Ben Affleck knows what to do. He knows how to write a good story. He knows how to tell, write a great script as well. So, but here in Pearl Harbor, again, this is all Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Again, I have to criticize Michael Bay the most.
It's
Josh Hartnett liked him too, but
yeah, it's like I think I lost my way. Every disaster movie like this has this hour of buildup of characters where nothing really happens. It's building the relationships. There's always some sort of fucking drama that no one gives a shit about. It rarely ever works. Fucking Twister, it works. Somehow they were able to navigate, but they also had a laser focus on just those group of characters, not all over the place, like a lot of the
exactly.
disaster movies do. Independence Day does it okay, but like a lot of those around this time period just took so goddamn long to get to it. It's like Godzilla movies. I don't give
Seriously,
a fuck about the characters. Just let me see guys in rubber suits beating the shit out of each other.
I want to see giant monsters. Damn it, yeah.
Yeah.
This I was like, okay, what? It's eventually going to lead up to Pearl Harbor, but again, yeah, character development just drags on way too long, and it's not the kind that I care to even watch.
Yeah. The one thing though I hate saying is that we're sitting there waiting for for the thing that happens that's so horrible. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
In Titanic, James Cameron did it in a way that I cared about what was going on. I knew what was going to happen, and I dreaded every single second of it. A lot of it's just because the first hour is so boring. It's not that I get off on watching historical, events of slaughter. That's not what I mean, and then that's definitely not what Jacob means. But just it's a snail's pace. It felt like they were padding it to be epic when it didn't need to be that way. The story of Pearl Harbor itself is epic. This dragged out bullshit stories where I think most of the characters weren't even real. Am I correct? I think what Jimmy
yeah,
Doolittle, the character that Alec Baldwin played, was real. The character Cuba Gooding Jr. plays, and of course John Voight is Roosevelt, and that's about all
yeah.
I know that was real. Everything else is just made up.
Right. Again, I will say this about the movie. I mean, this and Rebel Moon are the movies I could recommend to help you sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. I never bothered with Rebel Moon. I'm not gonna just no.
Yeah, don't.
Self-indulgent,
I did.
yeah.
I couldn't even. I couldn't even watch part two.
Yeah. So it's not a worthless film, but good lord, it needed a different director and Ben Affleck, no more southern accents for the love of God.
Yes, and better substance.
Yeah. All right, what's next?
Next one. This one was something I definitely remember seeing in theaters, and of course, growing up with Saturday Night Live, I was a fan of David Spade, and to see him like star in this again, I couldn't help but quote it. There were just so many funny moments, especially with the accent. Joe Dirt.
Funny with accents. Somehow I didn't watch this one. I think I might have watched a movie I wasn't supposed to watch, but I've seen Joe Dirt enough to remember the fact that they gave Kid Rock a role. God damn you. He's
I
not.
know it's like he was almost playing himself. Let's not kid
Yeah, yeah.
ourselves.
See. This is David Spade is hurting right now. At the point of this movie, career wise. Just Shoot Me is coming to an end. His last film, Lost and Found, tanked horribly. Chris Farley is gone. He's kind of a man a little lost. And so Adam Sandler comes, and says, "Hey, I'll produce this project. You and Fred Wolf put together." Fred Wolf, of course, being like one of the main collaborators that understood David Spade's voice. He did Tommy Boy, Black Sheep. I think he did Dickie Roberts, and this. I think this is probably his most well-known solo movie, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, my
Yeah.
God, he embodied this character perfectly.
It's just loaded to the gills. Oh, there's another asshole, fucking Dennis Miller, Jesus Christ, who's a fucking douchebag in this movie. And I guess like James Wood, he was playing himself.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, I mean, just talk show host, just like absolute rude humor, like not exactly not punch up jokes. I mean,
No,
come on.
no. And I think what like Deuce Bigelow, what they did right in these movies was give it a lot of heart. And I think that's the problem with Rob Schneider is that he doesn't have heart in real life. I believe under all the smarm, especially after reading David Spade's biography, there's a lot of pain, a lot of emotional problems that he's never dealt with, at least not at the time of this movie. And he puts it into this. And the sequel is a holy shit. I can't believe they made it this way. I actually am a thumbs up on the second Joe Dirt, the Beautiful Loser, because it goes fucking dark.
Okay, now I'm intrigued. I'm gonna have to watch that.
He goes back in time and fucks everything up even more than it was already fucked up. It's so strange that it turned into a sci-fi franchise, but that's what happens, and it just very melancholy and kind of like if the Butterfly Effect was done by Adam Sandler, like produced by Adam
Oh,
Sandler.
oh, wow, oh, Jesus,
Yeah,
good
I
God,
know. But
that's some
yeah,
crazy shit.
it's just this lovable doofus with a stupid haircut, covering up, right? He has like a head issue or something. I can't remember. Why does he
Yeah,
have
he said he was born without the top of his skull, and that his parents gave him that wig, and then
ugh.
it just like got all like grown into it to the point where he never even thought about cutting it.
Well, wait a second. It growed into his brain then. Ew, how the fuck? I mean, that's why he's so
Yeah.
stupid.
Oh man, oh jeez, it was just so funny throughout the entire movie. I mean, seeing all the supporting cast like Brittany Daniel, Adam Beach, and Christopher Walken too.
Oh yeah. Adam Beach, that's a killer scene. I love Adam Beach, and he doesn't get enough work anymore. We're gonna do a big one of his next year with Wind Talkers, but
Yes.
that sequence, his chemistry with David Spade is so fucking funny when he's reciting off that nonsense about all the firecrackers, Husker do's and Husker don'ts.
I know, like what? Some of those don't even exist.
I know, and then he's just like trying to react to it, like, wait, hold on, what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then how he's like trying to be a veterinarian, like by
Oh
setting up that
yeah.
fireworks stand. And he's like, well, man, if somebody puts a firecracker in a frog's butthole, you can take it to you and you can heal it. It's a win-win, brother. Oh god! And then of course Jamie Presley, that scene with her. She honestly, she is hilarious in everything she sets up. I mean, this is where her start for My Name Is Earl came from.
Yeah, I'm almost certain that's where someone saw her and said, "Okay, here we go." Because I remember the first time I had seen her, I think, was Can't Hardly Wait. She plays one of the friends of Jennifer Love Hewitt. And then she does like two or three like kind of sultry. She does one of the Poison Ivy movies. I guess that she was the body double for Drew Barrymore in the very first Poison Ivy. Um, the nude scenes. And because
Oh wow!
I think Drew was 16 or 15 at the time, obviously. So yeah,
Oh,
Jamie Presley was the one that was a stand-in, and lo and behold, like two sequels later, she gets to be in it. So that's interesting.
indeed. Oh man! But
Yeah.
the way this movie plays out, how he's just like, again, Joe's just trying to find his family because he was abandoned, and his parents are played by Carolyn Aaron and Fred Ward.
Oh yeah, Fred Ward, I forgot.
My God, yeah.
Well, it's interesting. It's a
him in that wig.
Yeah, it's a road trip movie, but it's told in rewind. Like he's recalling, which I don't think I've ever seen before, a road trip movie. Like previously on kind of I what do you call that? Where you tell a story. I'm kind of stupid right now, so I'm just gonna shut up.
Yeah, no, but just the pacing and the placement of the story. Like it'll begin here.
Yeah, but I mean,
there.
most road trip movies, it's chronological, whereas he's there telling his story about the road trip that he's already taken to get to that point, which I don't think I've ever seen before.
No, it was a very unique way to do it, and oh man, I did love some of the shooting locations they were at, like the small town he visited where he met Brandy and got that car for nothing from the old lady.
Yeah, I apologize. I haven't seen this in years and years, not since the sequel came out, what, like 13 years ago. So I apologize to my listeners and to you for not remembering it in this movie very well.
Oh
So
God,
I'm
I mean
wondering what
the
movie I
jokes
did
just landed.
watch. Yeah.
I definitely still recommend this one. It's still so enjoyable,
Yeah.
even after all these years.
What's next?
Okay, next movie. This one, I remember enjoying it a lot when I was younger, and I swear this movie I think deserved a little bit more than it got. I don't think it was as bad as it was. Everyone made it out to be. It was Monkeybone by Henry Selick.
Fucking love Monkeybone from the second I watched it. I mean, I saw the trailers and I was like, this could be a pretty decent hit. And I can't believe it's one of the most unsuccessful movies ever made. $70 million budget. I think it made eight. Um, the second it hit video, I grabbed it and I was like, this is my shit right here. This is, of course, it's Henry Selick, and the curse of Henry Selick is that he's so closely associated with Tim Burton, who I believe was offered this first. Because it's from the writer of the 1989 Batman. It's written by Sam Hamm. Um, if you were paying attention to film in the 90s, it seemed like every time you turned around, Sam Hamm was associated with another comic book project that never ever got fucking made. He was on Watchmen, he was on Fantastic Four. Um, I think he was on oh damn it. It's in the DC universe, the Blackhawks. He was attached to that. A whole bunch of things. They thought whatever comic book stuff it is, Sam Hamm's gonna write it. And he only ever got Batman 89 made, the Mantis TV show in '93 with Sam Raimi, and then this. And I don't know if he's ever made anything since.
No, he hasn't. I mean, I know like as far as the Batman '89 spin-offs, he was involved with that because it was based off his stories.
Yeah.
But man, again, I can't think of much else
Yeah.
after that. Like he was involved with a lot of comic book adaptations.
So Monkeybone was attached. I think he was attached to Warlord too. I have to look this up. Monkeybone was
Oh
based
wow!
on a comic book called Darktown. Oddly enough, it was optioned after the very first issue, and guess what, everybody? There was only ever one issue. The guy who created Darktown never fucking finished it. So when they're writing the script, they're just based off like 22 pages, and I just think it's so wild, so inventive. Fucking like always, Brendan Fraser giving the performance of a lifetime, and no one gave a shit, just like in Bedazzled. I mean, talk about a guy with such versatility. We appreciate him now, but at the time, everybody just threw him the fuck away, except for those mummy movies.
No, for real, he definitely deserved a lot more back then. He was showing what he could do, and it's a damn shame he was shitted as he is now. I mean, I'm glad he finally won his Oscar.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I
any
feel
movies
like
coming out in, any
still,
movies coming out in, we're gonna see it.
yeah, it's what is it? He's going to be playing, I think, FDR in a new movie, isn't he?
No, not FDR. He's gonna be playing Eisenhower.
Oh, okay. But I still feel like people don't know what to do with him unless it's for a while it was a wacky comedy. Now it's just like, I don't know, independent dramas?
Yeah, absolutely. That
Oh,
is how I get best like where he is at.
I was wrong. Okay, so Sam Hamm did Never Cry Wolf, which was a critically acclaimed Disney movie in 1983, which I still have not got around to seeing. He did the story for Batman Returns before Daniel Waters came onto it, and then he has done 2 episodes of Masters of Horror, and since then he's only done comic book stuff. Yeah, kind of a bummer.
Absolutely. I thought he was a very talented writer. He had a lot of great ideas.
So it's the weirdest thing is I believe Steve Buscemi was originally set up to be the voice of Monkeybone, and either the recordings didn't go the way they wanted it to, or he wasn't able to finish them because of contractual obligations, whatever it was. John Turturro comes in and basically does a Steve Buscemi voice. Am I wrong? That's not a Buscemi voice?
Oh no, he definitely gave off some Buscemi vibes, but to know that it was Turturro, holy shit,
Yeah.
that threw me off.
Bridget Fonda, I think one of her last performances. It's just one of those. I mean, this thing is loaded to the gills. Whoopi Goldberg, Thomas Hayden Church, Giancarlo Giannini as a fucking bug monster, right?
Oh yeah, Giancarlo
Oh,
Esposito, yeah.
not a bug monster. He was like a. That's right. He's like a centaur, evil
Little,
demon, the master of
yeah,
sleep or something like that.
yeah, he was a master of Nightmare Town.
And
Oh
then
my god.
Chris Kattan comes in at the last 25 minutes or whatever and just fucking sells it. He's on the cover, he's in the credits, but you would think he was in the movie more. No, but he's so pivotal to the movie.
Absolutely. Oh my. Just as soon as he wakes up and his like neck is broken and everything.
Yeah. Which is
Just the way he
horrifying
talks.
because Chris Kattan broke his neck in real life, right?
Oh god, I never knew that.
No, he broke his neck right after this, I think, doing a stunt on Saturday Night Live. And instead of going to the hospital, he just he finished the show. And by the time he was done, he was in such agony, and they took him to the hospital and found out that he had crushed two of his discs or something like that, and like to the point where they couldn't get fixed. So now his neck is fused together, which is horrifying.
Oh yeah, no, that does sound horrifying. Damn,
Yeah.
man, he gave it his all.
No shit.
Ugh.
And we threw him away the minute we could.
Odenkirk.
But Dave Foley, I'm trying to remember who else. Bob Odenkirk is the doctor who's constantly wanting his kidneys back. Get back here with my intestines.
Yeah, I know, because it's like the more organs he's harvesting, the bigger bonus he gets.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen the movie, this is a movie that hasn't exactly been rediscovered. How Did This Get Made did just do an episode about it, and they're a very popular podcast, so maybe we'll find an audience finally. But Stu Miley, which is right, is that?
Yeah, that's his
Okay,
character's
sorry.
name.
His name is very similar to Mark Wahlberg's name in The Big Hit, so I got confused for a second. He is a independent comic book artist, kind of like Peter Bagg and stuff like that, or Daniel Klaus, who creates this little independent, edgy comic, and now it's going to be sold like crazy on the big marketplace. And he's not happy with it. The only caveat with this I say is like, hey, hold on a second. You own the property. Unless you're horribly in debt, why are you even doing this? You're so miserable.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. You can even tell, like, just from the very beginning. I mean, he has his like agent, Dave Foley, the one trying to push him to do all this stuff to like really sell out. But it was just something to do with his creativity to help get past his trauma.
Oh yeah.
And then of course his girlfriend, Bridget Fonda. Again, she was the one who analyzed him and everything and knew exactly how he was, and that really helped him get out of his dark place. And he was ready to marry her.
Yeah. And then the accident happens, ends up in Darktown, which is one of the most unbelievable special effects extravaganzas. There's stop motion, there's animation over real people, there's makeup effects. I just astounded by some of the stuff they were able to achieve. Puppetry, miniatures, CGI.
Yes.
Henry Selick is firing on all cylinders, and it didn't do a goddamn thing for him because I guess he can only do animation, and people will appreciate it. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I mean, for real, like you said, like with all the practical effects and the sets and everything, I'm like, my God, he really does put you in a whole other world.
Yeah.
He definitely deserved more recognition. I mean, I'm glad he definitely teamed up with Key and Peele for oh my God, why am I blanking on the name?
I don't know what this is. The last thing I remember him doing was Coraline.
Yeah, there was Coraline, and then there was one he did with Key and Peele. I forget what it was called.
Really? Was it a? Oh, okay. That's why I don't know about it. I gotta find this and watch it.
Yeah, hold on. Let me look up the name real quick. I know it's here.
While you do that, so the plot, yeah, he ends up in this town.
Wendell and Wild.
What is it?
Wendell and Wild.
Okay. He ends up in this coma imaginary world or whatever it is you want to call it. And desperately wants to get back to the real world because he doesn't believe he belongs there. He has to get a pass to get out. He helps. He gets Monkeybone's help, and Monkeybone betrays him by going to the real world while Stu's still stuck down there. And it's just slowly watching Brendan Fraser become a fucking monkey. It kills you to no end.
I know. It was just so wacky, and I just love seeing Brendan Fraser do all his stuff and just put on this entirely different persona and voice.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Loved it.
I enjoyed this movie from start to finish. Especially at the very end when you see Dave Foley covered in nightmare juice, and he's just telling everybody to take off their clothes.
Oh, yeah. That's the other thing, is that the whole event of making everybody have the nightmare juice so that it strengthens the world down there and therefore, they can come and take over.
Yeah, exactly. It is. It's just absolutely. It's just so fucking bizarre, and I'm here for it.
Yeah. All right, what's next?
Next one. Oh my god, the entire absurdity of this. You can't expect less, considering they did the State, Viva Variety, and Reno 911. American Summer.
Fucking amazing. Now, have you seen The State?
I remember watching it a lot on MTV. Oh my god, there were so many things I could recite, like the Doug scene, the Doug skits where he says, "I'm out of here."
So I can't. You must have been very young to see this because they stopped airing it around like '96, I think.
Yeah, no, I was. Oh god, there's one that always gets me. Where Ken Marino always gets me is the line, "I want to dip my balls in it."
My favorite is Barry and Levon, where where do we get $200 worth of pudding? Don't worry your pretty little head about it. And then they're like, we're gonna put our booties in the pudding. Oh yeah. So okay, so at least you know that origin, and then they did a short-lived. I think it lasted like 2.5, 3 seasons on Comedy Central called Viva Variety.
Viva Variety, yeah.
Yeah. So, but the group is starting to splinter at this point. They're all going off. I mean, there was like 12 of them. Michael Patrick Jan, he goes off and he starts directing Drop Dead Gorgeous, which is amazing, but sadly a huge flop. Some go out Viva Variety, some just go off. I think a few of them did a sketch comedy on VH1, but I can't remember the name of it. Michael and Michael went over there with David Wayne, I believe. But this is most of them getting back together. This is the closest thing you're going to get to a State reunion, is Wet Hot American Summer. And I remember seeing an A in Entertainment Weekly, and everybody online, this is early film discussion online, is that it was absolutely amazing. You had to see it. But the fuckers at USA Films, a subsidiary of Universal, we're only going to release it on 83 screens. It made like $1 million. And it faded away, but then like video hit. And I mean, it's just one of those where slowly, like Idiocracy, it kept building this word of mouth to the point where, 15, 20 years later, we got a sequel series on Netflix, and then we got a sequel or a part 3 movie, a prequel and a sequel, right?
Yes, that's what we got.
Yeah. The sequel's good. I don't know so much, or wait, hold on. No, the prequel is really good. The sequel, I don't think was all that great. It's kind of like Arrested Development season 5. Maybe they had a little too much, Maybe they go back to the well too many times.
Oh god, yeah, the whole Ronald Reagan plot in 10 years later. Gee, what the hell? It's like, yeah, we get you're absurd, but I'm like, do you have to go that absurd?
Yeah. And we knew Paul Rudd. I had seen him in a few movies at this point. Of course, he had been in Clueless and Halloween 6. He became kind of a co-lead, I guess, with Object of My Affection and Go and stuff like that. But this is the Paul Rudd that all of a sudden everybody's like, this guy's fucking hilarious and he's cool and he's good looking. Oh my God, why isn't this guy like an A-list leading man? It took a while too. I don't think it was until Role Models, working with Apatow for a few films and then finally getting moved up to a leading man.
Yes, exactly. Oh my God, him as a support though throughout.
Damn it.
40-year-old virgin and Knocked Up.
But it's here they see them, and then David Wayne, of course, he did Role Models, and they did some films together. But I grew up on these movies. I've seen so many fucking camp movies, horror and comedy, and Little Darlings, which is a drama. The cliches are all there, and it's such a fine pinhole of a genre, you know what I mean? Because there's only like 12 of these kind of movies, and yet somehow they were able to capture every little bit of fucking nonsense and cliche in all of these movies. Meatballs probably being the biggest of all of those, but god damn it, I laughed my ass off. The 80s rock, the way they edited stuff, the fucking scene where Ken Marino is running back to camp after wrecking the van, and what is this fucking? I can't remember. Joe Latrulio is on the motorcycle and they're playing that music and it's just that slow-mo kind of editing. They always did that, man. Oh, he just got away and he kind of looks away from the camera in slow-mo. Man. And I was like, that's the absolute fucking epitome of early 80s bullshit movies.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. And then who else? Oh, friggin' Janine Garofalo as the camp director. Oh,
Well, this is Bradley Cooper's introduction to the world. I believe this is his very first
Yes.
movie.
Oh, I know. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, damn, this is actually his very first film.
Yeah,
And
well,
to think where he'd come,
no, I had
it was just
watched.
so
Yeah,
crazy to see him come back for the prequel.
well, I had seen him in Alias. By this point, because the video hadn't come out yet, and I think we're probably about 8 episodes into Alias, and I was like, wait, he does comedy? He's so dramatic on this. And I remember for a while they couldn't figure out what to do with him. And then Wedding Crashers, I think, kind of pushed him in the direction of comedy, and then the fucking Hangover. And now look at him, he's all over the place. He's a guy who can do anything.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, God, he actually has directed his own films. He's worked with Clint Eastwood. I'm sure he probably
Voice
gets some
work,
cues from him.
he's
Oh,
rocket. He's fucking rocket, and he didn't sound anything like himself.
oh, I know. Yeah, he really does switch it up. I'm glad he makes it his voice like unrecognizable
Yeah.
instead of just like kind of just reciting the lines.
And here's where we discovered Christopher Maloney was goddamn hilarious.
Oh my fucking God! All over the place with Gene. I was in love with the refrigerator, or fucking around with the equipment in the kitchen.
Yeah. I'm gonna go get my ass cream. You're what? Nothing. I'm just gonna I don't. What do you think I said? He goes something about your ass cream. He goes, yeah. I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna go back to my cabin for a few minutes. Bye.
Oh man. Oh, and then there's just this one scene that really gets me with Janine Garofalo, where they're screaming, looking for Ken Marino.
Yeah.
And then they go to the infirmary to, just shouting, the phone, where's the fucking
I love when they go to town. They're just gonna go on, like, gonna go to town to get supplies or whatever, and it's like beer run, and it turns into like this. It's a fucking Rick Springfield. Everything's all right tonight or whatever, and then they're doing heroin in a fucking weird building, and
Jesus Christ.
And they're like, "How was your trip?" He goes, "That was one of the most eventful mid afternoons of our entire life."
I know, like all that happened in a small afternoon. Yeah. And the crazy thing is, this whole movie takes place on just one more day of camp.
Yeah, it's the perfect spoof, which brings me dread to talk about our next film, Scary Movie 2.
Like I said, I'm just glad that the Wayans brothers were still able to do this one, because after this one, yeah, none of them really just stick the landing. They weren't as funny.
I think that they were fucking pissed because the Weinsteins, I think, gave them an ultimatum. Either you're going to make Scary Movie 2 by this deadline, or we'll get somebody else to do it. And they're like, well, fuck, this is our franchise. We created this. God damn it. I remember they were still shooting. So, the opening sequence with James Woods and Andy Richter and Natasha Lyonne. Yeah. Okay. It was supposed to be Marlon Brando. And I remember reading reports that he was cast, and then like 2 days later, he hasn't shown up. They have to recast. They sat around all fucking day waiting for Marlon Brando to come out of his goddamn trailer, I guess. And just, they're down to the wire. It's April. The movie's due like July 4th. And they had to reshoot it with James Woods and stuff like that at the very last minute. Paid him a fuckload of money.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and that is a very unnerving sequence. I hate that fucking sequence. Because I actually believe he would fuck a teenager.
Yeah, I know, and especially with how James Woods is has shown himself to be such a piece of shit.
Well, Amber Tamblyn told this story that when she was 16, that she was at a mall and James Woods was at a table near them, and the cafeteria comes up and says he starts hitting on them, and they tell him how old they are or whatever. He goes, I don't give a shit, and he gives them their phone number, like his card or whatever, and like, yeah, gross. You're disgusting. Yeah. So this one is not a parody of Scream. It's not a parody of slashers at all. And that has already been covered. Plus, they had a ripoff right around the same time called, I think it was called I Still Know What Shriek If You Know What I Did Last Halloween or something like that.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about? The one with Tiffany Amber Thiessen?
Yes. Yeah, I know. Oh my god.
That went straight to USA. So they're moving on to other horror movies, and there was something in the era of summer '99 was ghost movies. So since they're under the gun to write this in an extreme hurry, and the fact it's only like 80 minutes long, kudos to them for even making a movie that was watchable. I just don't think the jokes are there. 1 and 3 are so much better because they had more time. Yeah, if you're rushing production and writing and shooting a movie within just a few months, That's not the same as you can do that with TV. You cannot do that with a movie usually. And I think it's a struggle. A lot of these jokes suck. And I think a lot of the cast sucks. I fucking uh, David Cross and
Dave
Chris
Cross.
David Cross and Chris Elliott are saving this movie. And Chris Elliott's having to work overtime though. David seems to know like just enough improv and to control the scene, whereas Chris Elliott's just going ape shit.
Oh, I know the way they're making jabs at each other. Oh my fucking god!
Oh, that was killer. His
No,
comb
it does.
over, sweet Jesus. But everybody
man.
remembers, the only thing anybody ever remembers from this movie besides the opening sequence is Chris Elliott's tiny fucking disgusting gnarly hands.
To the point where it ruins dinner. Oh my god,
Oh,
that scene.
oh dear Lord. But a lot of it's just the repeated jokes from the first movie with especially Sean. Um,
Mm,
it just
yeah.
a lot of it doesn't work, but a lot of it does. It's just one of those missed opportunities, and if they just had a couple more months to work on it, instead of forcing they should have released it at Halloween instead of July 4th. And maybe I think the movie would have been more fully realized.
Oh, absolutely. And heck, a movie like that I think would be perfect on an October release.
Yeah. Which is what happens with 3 and 4. I believe they do get released in October, if I remember correctly. We'll get
Right.
to those eventually. But any thoughts besides that on this film?
I still think I really do enjoy it a lot more than I do 3. It still
Really?
makes me laugh my ass off.
Oh,
I love the part with the fucking bird. Oh my god.
I love 3, so.
I mean, 3. I know it took me a minute to realize. I'm like, oh, this plays out like a Naked Gun movie. Then I see the directors. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah. So the humor's different. It's PG-13. It's not as outrageous. It's focused on thriller sci-fi kind of stuff because War of the Worlds was hot at that time. I can't remember what 4 was like. And 5,
nice.
I heard 5 was just a giant piece of shit.
The piece of shit. I can't believe I saw it in the theater so many
Oh
years ago.
wow.
Oh
You were one of the
god.
few people. That thing tanked hard. But 6 is coming out in a little bit. The trailer looks good. And some people are up in arms like, "Oh, they're trying to be anti-woke." And I was like, "Guys, sometimes you gotta let shit go." I think they're mocking everybody, like the way South Park does, and you never seem to have a problem with South Park, you know?
Exactly. I know
Yeah.
they're not trying to be. Yeah, it's like they even brought out a list at CinemaCon of who's going to be offended. Like literally a list, and they were reading off as much as possible.
You know what they
Like
could have
who's going to be.
done was, who's gonna get offended? You. That's it, you.
Yeah, this is one of those movies where I'm about. These aren't exactly punch down jokes either.
No, but I
You know.
hope that they're punching, yeah, I hope they're punching up instead of down, which is too easy and sleazy.
Exactly. And I will say for 3 though, there's one part where the character Brenda just made me laugh so hard.
Which
I
one's
think
that
it's
one?
like in part 3. It's when what's his name's leaving the classroom. Some kid throws crayons, and then she just shouts, "Now who the fuck threw that?"
Okay, so hold on. I'm sorry, I was thinking of the second movie when you said Brenda. I was like, what scene is part 2? Is this our
Yeah,
last film of the episode?
I think. Oh yeah, we did just cover 5. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Well, I could have swore there was I must have watched one of the wrong movies, but I'm trying to think of what it could possibly be. So I guess I just forgot to watch Joe Dirt. I apologize.
Yeah, no worries. Hey, we still got more movies.
We do. One more episode of 2001. I called it down to five movies I think you're going to find interesting. I don't think you've seen all of them either. What was your favorite of the 5?
This 5.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I'm a little bit torn. It's between Wet Hot American Summer and Scary Movie 2.
Okay. I'm torn between Monkeybone just because of the sheer creativity, but
Oh,
I've
absolutely.
seen Wet Hot American Summer so many more times, and it's so low key, but it just hits all the right jokes.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, I watched the prequel and sequel series like so many times.
Let me
Like
ask
when
you
I
a
had
question.
Netflix.
Have you ever been to camp?
Yes,
Okay.
actually.
I've been to camp. It was in high school. It was for like this Masonic temple youth group that I was in for a couple years called D
Uh-huh.
Malay. And it was only like 12 of us at this little cabin with, two huge bedrooms with 4 beds or 6 beds in it or something like that, bunk beds. And
Yeah.
you just, played in the woods and did exercises and then you read from the Bible. Look, we're religious back then, okay? I was in trouble as a teenager, so my mom thought that would help. Uh, but yeah, that's the only time I've ever been to camp. I've never been to one of these full-fledged camps. Have you? Like where it's both boys and girls and like all sorts of weekly or month event?
Yes.
Okay.
No, same. It was like a whole week thing. I think it was like for me. I can't remember if it was a week or 2 weeks. But yeah, honestly, it was nice getting out in there in the outdoors. You know, a lot of youth outreach and all that. But yeah, I remember going to YMCA. I think it was mine was sponsored by the YMCA or Camp Ravenwood.
Okay. Did you have to
Oh
play?
man.
Did you have to play the camp across the river? They always do that in these movies, which they bring up in Wet Hot American Summer. It's like, look, guys, every movie does this. It's really cliche and trite. We're not going to do it.
No, but there was like a boys versus girls thing,
Okay.
and we ended up. Yeah, no shit. Actually, we ended up winning one year. My cabin won. I thought I was gonna hold them back because I was a little chubby at the time, but no, I pulled through.
All right, good to
Yeah.
know. I'm always curious. That's I've asked people that every
Oh,
once in a while.
funny little thing. I actually had my first kiss was at camp the year after. How
Yeah.
crazy!
Yeah,
How
nothing.
disgustingly cheesy and corny.
There's only two things I really, well, three things I remember from camp. And look, people, if you don't like these segues, I don't give a shit. You can stop. Three things I remember at camp. It was the summer of Batman Returns. So Batman was on TV every single day at 5 o'clock, and we all wanted to watch it, but the surly cook had to watch the news, so he'd get pissed off and we were watching Batman. What's this stupid shit? Um, the second thing was there was a kid in my cabin who was so adamant about writing another Aliens movie because he was so pissed off about Alien 3. And we all thought he was stupid because there was no way they were ever going to make another movie with Ripley. Boy, were we wrong. Wrong. Like 5 years later, we got Alien Resurrection. And the third thing was they never told me to bring anything to sleep, like pillows and blankets and stuff like that. I froze my fucking ass off, and then my parents had to drive another 2.5 hours back to camp to get me blankets and pillows.
God.
Yeah, I froze so much that first night. Oh, it was miserable.
Luckily, I did not have to go through that. We actually did have like properly, wide bunks.
Yeah. All right, that is, and then we've wandered off the ranch too far now. Okay, everybody, thanks for listening, and we'll hit you up with another episode of 2001 Movies soon.
All right, everybody, have a good day. Namaste and good luck.
And be excellent to each other.